Triogti vende. Dear kiddo, take my hand into darkness. Mom tags me in a Facebook post, a picture of her with the man she was going to sleep with that night. Kiddo, there are moments in life that feel so absurd, so riddled with chaos and poor decision-making, that you start to wonder if the universe is playing a prank on you. The New Year's Eve I'm about to tell you about, it wasn't just a prank, it was a full-blown cosmic roast, courtesy of your grandmother. It all started innocently enough. Mom had been juggling her usual roster of romantic entanglements, leaving me exhausted just trying to keep track. Craig was still in the picture, barely, hovering like a questionable leftover in the fridge. But of course, this being Mom, there were others. And when I say others, I mean a lineup of characters that could rival the cast of a soap opera. Chief among them was Remy. Now, let me tell you about Remy. I can't say I knew he was going to sleep with Mom, but I knew. You know how you can just feel a storm coming when the air gets heavy and weird? That was Remy. He was the human equivalent of ominous thunderclouds. And every time Mom mentioned him, I'd brace myself for the inevitable disaster. So there I was, gearing up for New Year's Eve, hoping to start the year on a high note. I was heading to a party at Stout's. A night of good drinks and good company sounded like exactly what I needed after surviving the holiday circus. I asked Mom if she wanted to join me, naively hoping we could at least pretend to be a normal family for one evening. She declined, saying she had plans with Craig. That should have been my first clue that things were about to go sideways. Fast forward to the party. I was sipping a drink, enjoying the kind of fleeting peace that only comes when Mom is not in the immediate vicinity, when my phone buzzed. I'd been tagged in a Facebook post. Now, let me pause here to emphasize how much I hate being tagged in Facebook posts by Mom. It's never a good sign. It's like finding a post-it note on your desk that says, "We need to talk." This time was no different. I opened the notification to find a picture of Mom with Remy. There they were, grinning like two teenagers on a first date. My stomach dropped. It was happening. The thing I'd always known, deep in my soul, was finally happening. Mom was sleeping with Remy, but the night wasn't done ruining my life yet. On the way home from the party, my trusty Mazda pickup truck, a vehicle that had been with me through thick and thin, decided to blow its transmission on the St. Francis freeway ramp. One moment I was driving, the next I was coasting, foot on the brake, praying I didn't roll into the median. It was New Year's Day, freezing cold, and my phone was dead. I had nobody to call and no way to charge my phone, and so began the worst walk of my life. I was wearing dress shoes, because of course I was, and my feet were screaming in pain with every step. The streets of Santa Fe were eerily quiet, the kind of quiet that makes you feel like you're the last person left on earth. All I could think about as I trudged along was the fact that Mom was waking up next to Remy, probably laughing about some inside joke or planning their next escapade. Meanwhile, I was limping through the cold like a rejected Dickensian orphan. By the time I got home, my feet were numb, my spirit was crushed, and I collapsed onto my bed in a state of pure, unfiltered despair. I slept like the dead, hoping to wake up to a reality where none of this had happened. But of course, that's not how it works when Mom's involved. The next day, she showed up at my place, all breezy smiles and faux innocence. "Hey, sweetheart," she chirped. "I need to grab a necklace I left in the glove compartment of your truck." I stared at her, barely awake, and still reeling from the events of the previous night. "Sure," I said, leading her to the truck. And that's when she dropped the bomb. "Oh, by the way," she said casually, like she was mentioning the weather, "I slept with Remy last night." I froze. She said it like it was nothing, like she was telling me she'd had waffles for breakfast. And the worst part? She seemed almost proud of it, like she'd won some kind of twisted competition. "Are you kidding me?" I finally managed to say. "What?" she replied, all wide-eyed innocence. "It just happened. We had a great time, a great time." Meanwhile, I'd been hobbling through Santa Fe in dress shoes, freezing my ass off and contemplating the cruel absurdity of my existence. Kiddo, let me tell you something. There are moments in life where all you can do is laugh. Not because it's funny in the moment, oh no, in the moment it's infuriating, but because if you don't laugh, you might just lose your mind. This was one of those moments. So, take my hand into darkness, kiddo. Because if there's one thing I've learned from your grandmother, It's this: the chaos never stops. But at least it makes for a hell of a story.